LoudandDave here. I want to do an updated walk around on my bike. It's been a while. I've done a bunch of things to it since the last one, so I figured, hey, I should get some updated footage and some updated info about my bike out there. Everybody seems to like these walk around videos on my bike, so I figured I would catch everybody up. I'm just going to start at the beginning because some of you probably didn't see the other ones. Plus, you know, I don't want to leave anything out, so I'm just going to start at the beginning. Starting right up the front. What I have done is, starting at the top, I have some Drc hand guards. I bought these right away when I bought the bike because it was cold and I went for a ride and my hands were freezing. And I wanted hand guards anyway, so I got them at a local Cycle Gear. They're awesome. They have this big, thick aluminum bar behind them with this slider on the end. If they fall, that gets scratched up instead of the bike. These are replaceable. I just did some DRC Hand Grips. Did them in red. I'm not real happy with the color though, because that color is more orange to me than red, but whatever, you know. I have the Trailtech X2 headlight. It is the DOT legal version. Basically that means that the low beam has a cutoff to it so it doesn't blind oncoming drivers. I also have an Acerbis, whatever, Supermoto fender. A little shout out to our sponsor there, Motocross Giant. You know, obviously it looks a lot better than the stock fender. Stock fenders, it's for a dirt bike, which looks good on a dirt bike wheel, but with the smaller diameter Supermoto wheels, you need a different fender. And it looks a little more aggressive. It's a nice looking fender. They're cheap too. A lot of people ask me, what's up with the skateboard wheels? So Supermotos usually have axle sliders. And there's the rear one. I went with skateboard wheels because they're cooler. That's basically it. The stock ones also just kind of thread into the end of that axle and suck. That, you know, they look like they'd bust off if you fell hard. So this is just some all thread all the way through the axle. They're not going anywhere in a crash. Of course, obviously I have them in the back as well. And you may notice my spokes. I have spoke skins. They are, I get half and half, two color, blue and white. They look kind of cool when you're going on the highway. They almost look like they're flashing. I have the Zeta blue aluminum anodized axle blocks. Forgive me if I keep getting into the damn light here. I also have a Heel, well, whatever. Blue stainless brake line for the front brake. I'm going to get one for the rear. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. If you're wondering why these camera shots are kind of cool like this, I have a new toy I'm playing with. I have a Steadicam. It's the Steadicam Curve. It's the one made specifically for the GoPros. So it's pretty cool, but I'm still kind of getting the hang of it. You know, I'm still a little shaky. Performance-wise, what have I done? Well, let's see. I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything when we come around to this side. Well, it's also a little muddy, so yeah, I guess you can kind of see. So I have the FCR flat slide 39mm carburetor. That increases the throttle response hugely. It's also good for about 4 horsepower, which on a bike like this is a lot. Got the Zeta blue aluminum engine plug kit. That just looks really nice. Anything else inside? Oh, you can't see it there, but I have the 14-tooth front sprocket. Kind of gear the bike down a little bit, gives a little more pep. What else do we got in the front? Not much else you can see. Oh, everybody always asks me about my mirrors. So let's get a good look at these mirrors, everybody. So these mirrors are from Cycle Gear. They're just standard bar end mirrors, but they have a plug in the end. You undo these bolts and the plug comes out, and you can just put them out on your handlebars just like that. Now if you look, I ground here and here a little bit just to get this to the right angle that I wanted. How's the visibility with them? Honestly, I think it's better than stock. They don't vibrate at all. They're pretty badass. They don't get hurt in a crash. I've dropped the bike, I've crashed the bike. They never get hurt. I also have these small turn signals on the front and rear. I was going to go with no turn signals, but I kind of felt like at night, sitting across from an intersection, nobody knew which way I was going. Back to performance, what have I done? I have the Mrd Ssw Exhaust Pipe. I'll get out of the sun there. That's it right there. It's all aluminum. Until you get to here, that's stainless. It's, I mean, I can't say enough about it. It's the lightest exhaust I've ever felt. Probably that Yosh titanium one's probably lighter, I would imagine anyway. It's the highest performing exhaust you can buy for a DRZ other than that $900 Yoshimura titanium system. It's also incredibly loud. It's about the loudest exhaust out there. I also have this carbon fiber heat shield. The reason I went with the expensive carbon fiber one is a metal heat shield will still heat up. The carbon fiber heat shield doesn't heat up. I mean, the pipe is still, well, the pipe's cooled down by now, but even when the pipe's really, really hot, this is just mildly warm to the touch. Everybody's gonna ask me why I have a Red Bull can. Let's see if I can get it. Why do I have a Red Bull can? That is my coolant overflow. When I did the, hey, look, I forgot to bolt that back up last time. I'll have to do that when I get home. I'll tell you what I was doing last time I did that too. The reason I have that Red Bull can is when I did my carburetor, which if you've ever done a carburetor on a DRZ, it's a big pain in the ass. The stock coolant tank was right here. I had to take it out. I don't remember why, but I did. And I couldn't get it back in, so I was like, fuck it. So I cut the line, and the line was dangling down there. And I was like, well, what am I going to do with this line? And I was like, I don't want it just draining to the ground. So I took that Red Bull can, chopped it, and there you go. It sits in there, it doesn't move. It's good coolant overflow. Also, you can't see them, but they're in there. I have stage 1 hot cams in there now. The bike is, it picked up a good bit of performance with them. I want to say I was surprised, but I wasn't really, because I kind of knew what to expect. It's not going to be a you know, a night and day, humongous, ridiculous, oh my god, change. It's about 3 horsepower or so without the big bore, but it gives it real good pep in the mid-range. There's a real nice improvement, like cruising down the highway in 5th gear at like 50, 60 miles an hour, and you punch it, there's a good bit more grunt, which is nice. You know, ripping through the gears, it's a little faster too. It's real nice. I like it a lot. Front end comes up a little easier on power. Comes up a little easier on the clutch. You know, it's a good mod. I like it a lot. Trying to think what else I've done. 3x3 airbox mod. DRC taillight. You can see that looks a lot cleaner than the factory tail. Yeah, Steadicam's pretty cool. It's weird though. It's definitely weird to get used to. Trying to keep the camera angled down a little bit here. I don't really consider it a mod, so I kind of glossed over it, but I have Avon Distanzia tires. Distanzias, I don't know. But they're, man, I can't say enough good things about these tires. Oh, I also, some people keep asking about my phone mount. So my phone mount is a RAM mount, and the phone just clips in there like that. My phone's in my back pocket right now, so I'm not really too worried about it, but it just, you squeeze that, your phone goes in there, it doesn't move. I've only had it come out in one crash, and that's in my Supermoto faceplant crash, whatever the heck I named it, video that I put up where I was out riding with the AK-47. That's the only time that phone has ever come out of that mount. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it, you know.